All right. How would you find Donna Summer in the phone book backwards? Summer Donna. All right. Shortened it down. Good morning, everybody. We're just messing around. This is Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly and Real Estate Jerky Daily.
We are.
Yes,
we are. It's Monday. And it actually feels like a Monday.
I'm tired. It feels like a Thursday.
Oh, God, that's a long week.
It's a long weekend.
Would that be crazy if it felt like Thursday every single day?
Yep.
That'd be like the jerk. Well, the first day felt like 3 weeks. And then... Well, what do you got today?
I'm working on it. I had to pull it back up because I had to reboot everything.
I know we had lots of open houses this weekend, and I think some people's gotten contract this weekend. And I wrote an offer while I was away at the Costa Noa place, and thank God they had free internet. And I tell you what, I have never hooked up to a free internet that was as fast as their internet.
Oh, really?
Oh my God!
Was it at the place you were staying at?
Yeah.
See, I never understand that. Let's go to a place, stay right next to a bunch of people at other trailers.
Yeah, it's different. We made some friends. Hey, the dogs got along.
Yeah. If I go away, I want away from people.
Yeah, I understand. We were mostly away from people. We, breakfast in the morning, but coffee and looking at the ocean was kind of cool. And Finn was like, "Dude, where's my egg?"
Is that what he said? Dude, where's my egg?
Dude, what does mine say?
Dude,
Sweet.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so we got news this week, but not a lot today. So I'm just going to say what news is this week, and then we'll go over a couple of things. So Tuesday, Case-Shiller, HFA home prices, new home sales, consumer confidence. Wednesday is mortgage application, durable goods. Thursday, final fourth quarter GDP, what that number is going to be, initial jobless claims, pending home sales. And Friday is the Fed's favorite gauge of inflation, which is the PCE. That's correct, Mike. I'm so glad you've been here long enough to know
I didn't know that was a question. I thought you were still making
a statement. Personal consumption expenditures comes out on Friday. They'll tell us where what they think the inflation's doing. All right. So weekly housing went up this week again. So it went up last week. And it went up this week. So housing is at 12,530 more than last week. So we went from 655,626 to 668,155.
Whoa.
Same week last year was 512. We still went up. It was 507 to 512. All-time lows in 22 of 2,040. 497. Wow, that's pretty low.
Wait, say that again.
An all-time low for inventory this week. That number is in 2022.
Okay,
it was 240,497. So a third of what we have on the market right now.
Gotcha.
And that third on the market right now is, the current market's not much. Overall, normal for this time is 985,411. That's what it was in 2015. So I guess I got to stop saying that normal for this time. This is just how it is.
It is how it is.
How it is.
In 22, such little inventory, and I had a great year. Maybe it's me, not the inventory. Maybe it's what I do.
What are you saying?
Well, I had a great year. Inventory was low. I was a listing agent, though. I've almost always been a listing agent. I do love to represent buyers, but low inventory times. If you've got listings, I guess you're a busy boy.
Yeah, I hope so. I got to show a chart, so keep talking.
You got to show a chart.
Well, the problem is it's turned sideways. So if I bring it in, it's going to be sideways, I'm sure.
So realtors out there, what was your best year in the last 5 years since the pandemic? What was your best year? 2020 wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The second half of 2020 was pretty good when everybody kind of went back to work.
Well, I think everything's just better. Well, I'll bring up the chart in a minute.
I can see you're working on it.
I don't want. That's whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So there is falling prices and rising inventory is what they're talking about.
Where?
That's what I was going to show you.
Oh, cool.
So if you give me a second,
I'm giving.
I just got to convert. I just have to turn the PDF. I can't believe it turned on me. I hate when they turn on you.
Oh, they get so angry. At the drop of the hat,
turn on you.
Everything's going perfectly, and then they're out of chocolate milk, and they're pissed.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. These guys are working like crazy out here.
Yeah, well, they're doing it fast because it's just
going to be hot. Going to be warm. Actually, it's not going to be hot, but it'll be warm today, right? 83?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, boy. Boy, oh boy.
80. Is it supposed to be 83 today?
I don't know. That's what you said when I walked in.
Straight. No, I said 80. How did you get 83 out of what I said?
Yeah, because 82. Oh yeah, you too. I don't know. I hear what I like.
Yes, you do. All right, here it goes. Let's make sure it works. All right, slide. Man, people are busy talking to me right now.
Who are they?
People.
Oh, your imaginary friends.
No, I actually have real. It's not doing it.
Oh,
it keeps wanting to turn it sideways.
Well, we can always go like this.
Yeah, I can do it a different way. We'll just do it the share the screen way.
Okay, do that.
Okay, we'll just have as a graphic like we used to do. Remember, that's how we used to do it.
The graphics.
Yeah, we would show graphics instead of just the
numbers. It's a lot of empty.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, keep talking. You gotta have things to talk about.
Well, I don't really. Oh, I wrote an offer on a really large lot in Magalia.
Just a lot
in Magalia. Here we go.
All right. So here, 5 states have home prices declines.
Are they the pink ones?
They are the somewhat pink and the little redder of the pink. Florida's completely gone.
Yeah.
Over here like, I'm gone. You can't see me. It was just horrible colors to make a chart out of. Is all I gotta say. All right. So if you look at those, I'm gonna talk about. So right now it's saying,
hey, wait, where'd Florida go?
It's still down there. It's very small. So the top one is Washington State. It is almost down. Would that be a 10th? It's negative 9/10, almost 1%. Or is that? Yeah. I mean, these numbers are just killing me. They're not, major percentages, but they're going the wrong way. This one right here. What state's this up here? Montana. That is correct.
That's where the man and the sheep fear it.
What state is this right here?
Colorado.
All right, Texas is down also.
Yeah.
Then you have South Carolina, North Carolina.
It's a dark,
and Georgia. South Carolina and Georgia. Georgia is darker because it's more. See that the darker ones are more, and the pinker one is not as much. They're just starting to go negative.
There's more
of them, but I actually think they're actually going to get worse before they get way better.
And Florida's so dark it went light, huh?
Florida, South Dakota, and Louisiana are barely in the positive territory.
Does that say 6.2 or what? Or just 3?
Where?
Florida
is supposed
0.2% down.
Yeah. God, get some glasses.
I got some, but they're at home.
Well, that's not helping.
Yeah. But look at California, up 5.4%.
Yeah. So, and look what's next to it.
Nevada.
Yeah. What's next to it? Colorado.
I
can't believe Oregon's still doing. They must have got some stuff going on
there. Yeah. And what's going on with New Mexico?
It's
lighter. It's a lighter pale.
It's a New Mexico.
It's a lighter pale.
Is this showing up or this?
Well, in Virginia and all those eastern states are doing well. Didn't we have one of the best states to move to was
California?
Well, yeah, in Virginia.
All right, let me share another screen.
Oh boy, I like to share in the screen thing. It's kind of cool.
I feel like I can't do it. I don't know how to do it.
Well, I don't ever say that anymore. It's been 15 weeks.
All right, here we go.
Figured out.
So this is California leads in inventory growth. This was just something I thought was unique. Look at
45.
Yeah, that's I got
4%.
I got to find the article so I can go over it with you.
Okay.
All right. Come on, let me get down here.
Yeah.
So there's what they're talking about is a cooling trend in Texas and Florida is notable because of top destinations during the pandemic.
Hey, look, Florida's back.
Yeah. Through December and mid-January, home prices consistently rose by 2.4%. Blah, blah, blah. Some states are experiencing even higher growth rate of inventory, which has put downward pressure on home prices. This is what they're saying.
Yeah.
California home prices are, their inventory is up 49.5%, Maine's 43%, 42% for Arizona, and Tennessee is 38.7%. I can see there was some pressure in Tennessee. We don't have the pressure. I don't care what they say. They're up, but we were so far low, plus with the fires and everything else going on.
Yeah.
I don't see that we have an inventory problem.
I don't either. But what was the pressure in Tennessee?
Tennessee is just there's just a lot of people moving out of it, and it's because that's where a lot of people I know are buying Airbnb is because people want to go there and enjoy it. That's that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
I just want to throw we were talking about inventories up, but and they're saying how much it's up. It's really not that much.
Well, not enough to correct prices.
No,
and let's say their prices aren't incorrect; they're what they are.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are sitting on the wings waiting for the crash.
Yeah. There was a Housing Wire Economic Summit, and they were saying the top 5 takeaways. Number 1 is the worst may be over, but are you ready?
Yes.
A 6% mortgage rate could bring demand roaring back. Lenders must prepare now.
I love the qualifying words. The
prepare now.
No, roaring.
Yeah,
roaring back.
Anything more than what we now is roaring, dude.
Yeah.
It's the roaring 20s. All right. Number 2, inventory's up, but buyer patterns have shifted. So what they're saying is more millennials are buying, but they're not selling. So it's shaking up the supply chain. What they mean by that is most of the time someone's buying and they're selling something.
Right.
But most millennials don't own anything.
No,
so they're just buying. So they're just taking everything off and not adding anything.
Right.
Is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Builders are driving new activity. 60% of new housing activity is from builders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're saying you want to partner with them as much as possible, and they're going to say we don't want to partner with you.
Yeah,
because we don't need you. We're better than you.
Well, they're not better. They just the buyers will flock there. That's the one place a buyer will buy without using a realtor,
right? Because they don't know. They don't know that they can just come in and go with a realtor and have them sign, and then they can help them make sure they're not taken advantage of.
Well, and the builder's real estate agent kind of acts as a realtor in a quasi realtor fashion.
Right. All right. So that was 3. Builders are driving new activity. 4 is tech stack efficiency is everything. If you're not using tools to drive your business, it's time to streamline. You need to use AI. You need to use all the different stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
And number 5,
what?
It's a local game now.
What is
Forget the national average.
Yes.
Real estate is hyper local. Your strategy should be also. So stop saying I'm with a large national firm. They don't care about that. They only care about what do you know in that area and talk
what you
about
can
the
do
area.
For them.
Correct. It's all about local hyper. And I've been hearing hyper local forever, not just about real estate and mortgages, but everything is all about more about local, because people want to know where they're living and everything about their living more than any other time in history. And I think it all has to stem back. And one day we'll stop saying this, the pandemic, because of what people were locked up and other stuff, but they want to come and see you. They want to talk to you. They want to, even though a lot of people like, okay, let me finish it. A lot of people supposedly don't want to talk to you. They just want to text you.
Yeah.
I saw this whole course for millennials and others below that, how to make a phone call. I'm not kidding. They're doing practice runs at it. So they're not. Yeah.
So they don't sound like a blubbering
idiot.
No,
just because they're nervous about the phone call. They don't know how to, they get so,
wrapped up. They need a safety pin in a safe place.
It's a phone call. I got to actually talk to somebody. And when I talk to them, they talk back. They might say something. And that
means I have to listen. Did they talk about that? Listen.
I tuned it off after a few minutes after I was laughing so hard. So I was just like, okay, I can see that, because they don't know how to talk to each other, let alone talk to anybody on a phone. So when you need to go get a job and it's a job that you actually have to use the phone, that could be a problem.
How long do you think we spoke about the big flu epidemic? What killed so many people, back in the 08s, 09s, whatever year that was, the 1900s, early 1900s, when we had the flu outbreak and all these people died. And we talked about it for quite some time. Hell, at least in the 70s, you still had relatives you knew that passed because of the flu epidemic. So maybe it's going to take that long to quit saying pandemic.
Well, just blaming it for everything.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. That was post-pandemic.
Well, it's like, some people who are painters or contractors, 22, they didn't, they're starting to get back in, and a lot of people weren't doing a lot, like schools and everything, because of everything else. They pushed all that into 23. So their normal 24 or 25 income looks like they're taking a hit because 23 was so much, but it was because of all the stuff from 22 went into 23.
Right.
Are you following me?
Yeah, I do.
So it skews some numbers for some people. And I have to write letters explaining, no, that was a unique year. That was because 22 went into 23 and yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. That's all I have for today. I didn't have much. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have much more news and much more,
interesting,
less silence.
Yeah. Sometimes I can blabber on for
hours. I was like, okay, talk while I go find this.
I understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can blabber, and sometimes I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, well, it's shocking because according to everybody else, you have a lot to talk about.
Oh, I can talk and talk and talk, but nobody here wants to listen to that.
All right. Well, everybody make it a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. And again, thanks for all you listening and appreciating us. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Kevin Hawthorne, hello to Lakeland, Florida. Have a great day, everybody.
Where prices are probably down.
But it's overall, they're saying they're not.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand that.
It's funny. The non-hurricane places.
He said it was funny.